I hope you have been having an amazing day one so far. So the next speaker is Brodie Macdonald, General Manager of the PACE operating model at ASB, the second largest bank in New Zealand. She leads their operating model transformation and reports to their executive team. She will be co-presenting with Jane Fitzgerald, a partner at Deloitte, about their 4-year journey together from the very inception of this effort to the current time and the amazing places it has taken them. I love this presentation because they speak so eloquently about their desire to create the conditions and mindsets that favor pace over perfection, being customer obsessed, trust and transparency, and empowerment over control. Like the presentation earlier this morning from the team at Virgin Media O2, I so much love the testimonials that Brodie and Jane share that provide external evidence that important people value and appreciate the work they are doing. So here is Brodie and Jane.
Thanks so much for that, Jane. Kia ora, I'm Brodie Macdonald.
And kia ora, I'm Jane Fitzgerald. And we're really excited to share our journey today around the PACE program that we've been working on for the last 4 years, as Jane said. We're coming to you today from New Zealand, or Aotearoa. We're a small island in the South Pacific with approximately a population of about 5 million. Our borders have been closed for the last 2 years, though, so it's been really hard to access our beautiful shores. And we're really excited to share the journey beyond our shores so that we can start to share our story.
So I guess a little bit about who ASB is. We are a full-service bank here in New Zealand. So we cover everything from retail services, private banking, wealth, insurance, business and corporate banking. So we've got about 5,000 people who work here as part of our ASB team who are supporting our customers to accelerate their financial progress. We've been around for 175 years, and in fact, this year in June, we're celebrating our 175th year of serving our communities. So it's something we're really proud about is our culture of innovation and challenge. Some of the things that we've recently launched include Clever Cash, a digital mobile money box for children to be able to save. And one of the things that set us apart at the very beginning is that we're the first bank to launch online mobile banking in the world. So after 175 years of serving our customers, we're really looking about what next. How can we continue to keep our customers one step ahead? The world that we are working in, the world that our customers are trying to accelerate, it's changing. We've got new entrants to the New Zealand market. So we're seeing big tech, fintech, we're seeing Google come down, we've got Apple Pay, and we've got customers that are starting to look at services and fragmenting their services. We've got some amazing innovation happening globally, and we know that in New Zealand that will come to us soon as well. So really what we're trying to do is think about the environment that we're operating in, the way that we can continue to deliver our strategy that will help our customers stay one step ahead of any change in environment that comes their way.
So what was our answer to that? Our answer, together with Deloitte and ASB, was all around PACE. So how do we help people accelerate customer experience? It was how do we move people to focus on customer outcomes, come together in cross-functional teams and deliver great experiences that we needed to do to be able to face up to the challenge that Brodie talked to. It's really important, and it was a key message that me as the transformation lead, but many others had to reiterate a lot at the start of the work together, was PACE was never intended to be a program. It didn't have a defined start and it didn't have an end. This was an evolution of the operating model and the way of working for ASB. And there's something we used a lot, a slogan which we talk about, which is we were changing our BAU, not our DNA. The DNA of the bank was really ingrained. The culture had been super successful over the 175 years, and we wanted to put that at the heart of this new way of working. But actually, the practices that we had were not being useful to us in the way that we worked. So there was multiple handoffs between departments. There were unspecified or lack of customer intimacy with some of the products and services that were getting brought to market. There was friction with some of our risk and regulatory teams, as well as added demand on that those areas that the bank just couldn't keep pace with. So PACE was all about creating a sustainable rhythm and cadence for the organization to be able to shift into the next gear. So I think that the messaging is really key, but also it was never meant to be a one methodology. So we were really focused on how do we have a pragmatic and practical application of Agile, Lean, DevOps, and human-centered design into ASB to make sure that they could make this their own. And I think that that's something that we worked really hard on, Brodie. And, we focused on other things like mindsets, which gave us the commonality and the way of working that everyone could understand rather than tool sets.
So I think one of the things that James kind of touched on is as part of that, keeping the things that make our DNA unique here at ASB, we were building on previous implementations and experiments that we'd had across the bank. We're really fortunate that our digital tribes have been doing amazing work over the last 5, 10 years even, looking at ways that they can deliver value for customers sooner and safer. We've had a crack in our technology teams about doing the same. How do we bring squads and cross-functional teams together to be able to deliver for our customers? We had a new executive team that came on board with our CEO, Victoria Short, and they were really interested, engaged, and curious about how we could continue to do things better. So one of the things that we did was we went and looked at some of the best in the world. So we've seen presentations at global DevOps conferences before about the ways of working that different organizations have set about and the way that they've implemented them in their companies. We took all of the things that we had seen that worked here at home, as well as what's working internationally,